Welcome to the TMC Newsroom. Rich Tehrani here. Thanks for watching us today. We're at Interop 2012. We're in Las Vegas, Nevada. On our program is Abby Strong, who is the Product Marketing Manager at Aerohive Networks. Abby, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
So your company's evolved a tremendous amount. It seems like it's evolving every time that I speak with representatives of your company. So I figured you could give us a brief overview of what your company is now doing.
Absolutely, I'd love to. So we've done a lot of things in the past 18 months to really change what we've been doing at Aerohive. Traditionally, we were enterprise Wi-Fi, built by a lot of networking folks. So it was a natural progression for us last fall to announce that we had moved into branch office routing as well. And we came out initially with a BR100, which was a telecommuter and micro-branch focused device. And just recently we announced our latest BR200, which is the big brother of that device, really focused on larger offices and retail environments and healthcare as well.
That's great. So when you talk about the larger brother, just give us an idea of what size companies or branches you're talking about.
Absolutely. So the company size is quite large, but what we found is a lot of enterprises and retail environments, they're large companies, but they have a lot of very small offices where they don't have dedicated IT staff. And so we're really targeting offices where you've got 5 to 75 users, and you need enterprise class Wi-Fi, centrally managed routing and networking devices, and just the ease of use and troubleshooting and monitoring these devices that are out at these remote locations without any tech staff on site.
So if we just focus on Wi-Fi for a moment, you've got all these evolving standards, and there's an upgrade coming up soon, which I can't even remember. It's now we're going to two-letter 802.11.
AC. Yes.
AC, yes. I was going to say AN, and I knew that was wrong. AC, so we're going to AC. Are customers asking you about upgradability of product? How does that work? So
absolutely. So 802.11 AC is just another natural progression for Aerohive. Our architecture has always been ready for a technology that it supports gigabit Wi-Fi. Having the controllerless solution, being able to make edge-based forwarding decisions, and allowing the clients to have redundant and resilient connections to the Wi-Fi. So we're excited and we're ready. As soon as those chips are available, we'll be working on those products.
Fantastic. Now, you're entering more of the networking equipment market from just plain Wi-Fi, and I'm curious, there are traditional players in that space. There are companies like, we'll say HP, we'll say Cisco, among a number of other companies, Juniper and others that play in various locations within that space. How are you positioning, and why would someone watching this, why would they want to pick your company?
And that's actually the perfect question. Thank you for that. It's just, those products are fantastic. They've been around a long time. They've got a lot of features available. The thing is, they were really built as larger office solutions that were then put in a smaller, less expensive box. But they're still fairly expensive, both capital expense and then the operational expense of managing a network that was built for much larger offices where you have IT staff on site is very, very high. You have to do things like pre-stage it before you send it out. You might need a tech to actually install it. And then normally you need special licenses and management software in order to do that. With the Aerohive solution, we really focused on that ease of deployment where you can send the device out straight from Aerohive. You don't need to ever take it out of the box. It'll phone home, find its management system, pick up its config, and be ready to go. And then you have that centralized management from the cloud, whether that be Aerohive's hosted cloud or a customer's own cloud, and just really making it operationally inexpensive and simple for customers to manage a lot of branch offices.
Awesome. And so that answer is a good answer for, I guess, some of the higher end ones. You've got the larger scale HP, the Cisco, the Junipers. I guess HP also has a 3Com division, which has some easier to use products, but it's actually been tough to follow with all the killing of product lines at 3Com and HP. So I'll move on to the next question, but good answer on that one. Thank you. In terms of the trends in the market, what are you seeing?
We're seeing a lot of movement towards needing enterprise class Wi-Fi. A couple of years ago, we were at this show and we were saying Wi-Fi is going to become the primary access layer, and I think we blinked, and in the last year or so, we've actually seen it happen. People don't just want Wi-Fi anymore; they expect it when they go places, and so being able to provide a connection for these mobile devices that everybody's carrying around in their pocket is an absolute requirement for most businesses and even healthcare facilities and retail facilities, places that you wouldn't have traditionally thought you would need Wi-Fi. If you're sitting out there waiting for your wife to finish shopping, you just expect to have Wi-Fi while you're sitting there waiting for her. So.
You also expect your wife to eventually finish shopping.
Yeah.
So that's another issue.
It's never going to end.
That's another issue, yeah. So moving on, in terms of the future of your company, you've obviously evolved from Wi-Fi now just networking equipment. What other things can we look forward to seeing from Aerohive?
So another thing that we've really focused on in the past 6 months or so is this evolution of making clients more productive once they get onto the network. So, Aerohive has traditionally always had a great BYOD policy. You have the ability to assign permissions to the network based on identity and device and location, and that was always part of the product. The thing is, once you get those devices there, what do you do with them? And that's something else that we've really been concentrating a lot on. We just recently announced our Bonjour Gateway, which enables Apple devices to do zero config networking, even on enterprise class networks with multiple subnets, and which has traditionally been very difficult for Bonjour. So excited about that. Really focused on productivity of clients once they're on the network.
Now there have been complaints of regarding Bonjour just taking up a lot of resources on the network. Just for those people who aren't familiar, it's a kind of a peer-to-peer
multicast DNS protocol. Yes, and yeah, I think that Apple Talk was a lot more chatty. Bonjour, actually, they made a lot of improvements when Apple released Bonjour. It sends out advertisements, and devices that come online will do discoveries. But the real problem with it is that it was built for a home network,
right,
as most Apple products initially
sure,
were. And so when you start getting into multiple subnets or VLANs, enabling that traffic to go through, or not, maybe choosing
sure,
to say, I don't want this to go across my
right,
subnets.
But I think
has
the
become
printers
very
is a
important.
great example. I'm on another floor and I see a printer and I'd love to be able to hit that printer and just shoot some stuff out of the printer, right?
Exactly right. Yes, I mean that's the first thing people ask. You get all these mobile devices and they're saying, yes, let's get them on the network and be sure that they're not on the same subnet and they have great security, separation from my managed clients. And then the very first thing, maybe it's your CEO with his iPad and goes, well, how do I print this document that I have in my Dropbox? And so you have to make that easy. Otherwise, the BYOD becomes overwhelming once they're on the network.
Absolutely.
So.
Well, I mean, or you're losing the productivity of people emailing from the Dropbox or going to the PC, and that whole
Yes.
thing that we've all had to deal with at some point.
Exactly.
Well, great. Thanks for being here today. This was
Yeah.
wonderful.
Thank you for having us.